You ready?
I am ready.
Now, hello everybody, and welcome to BBC News at 1958. Now, in today's headlines, it appears that train has come off the track near Morpeth Station in Northumberland. The authorities have declared it an act of sabotage as the outer rail was removed from the track and a can of petroleum found next to a line-side fire. Now, the police have arrested a man found near the scene the box of matches and 20 yards of rail, and curiously, he seems to have had a connection with the railway. This is what he said in the interview. These are Now, we're an Indignation meeting. As Matilda said, we play punk songs all about trains, but this song is a love song. Because, you see, when I was younger, I used to travel in my mate's car on the way down to Taekwondo, right? And my mate's mum, she always put on Capital FM. And there was something about Capital FM which I just didn't really like, and it was all the songs, they were all just love songs. They were like, oh, I love you, baby. And I hated it. I really hated it. So I wrote this song as a mockery of love songs, and then it turned into being about trains instead. I love railways. There are some people in railway circles who are just not the nicest people. Because, well, in like, especially model railway circles, because you see people have spent years and years building like this meticulously crafted model railway. And then all these people who we call vivid counters do is they come along and they say, actually, that's the wrong shade of black. And, you know, come on, mate. So I wrote a song pretending to be one of them. And what I did was I saw perfectly how to change my life around. Obviously that would never really happen, but it's nice to dream, isn't it? It's called That Would Never Suit His Grace. Correct. Ready? Got it. Working the context with the infected. Always that the last tires. I didn't want to take this was what was on the mind. It's not the one who's just listening to the I stupid, I have to confess, surely her hair in an mental happy, because all the little details they need me is that. And I don't want to do my story. It's true, so what will I say to you? That one never suits his grace. There will be one of these things otherwise I won't have to come the body that seeks me through car face like the eyes have feelings that's versus true the real with the sky clouds the eyes have this cloud is long and that's no someone my sweater simply preposterous the mental happy because all they know to talk about like these I just want to say that would never suit his so apparent line there was nothing wrong with the design, no imperfection, stupid cat bomb, and big billion down upon even made for sick problems, those are no bad, didn't know what to do, PhD issues like Tokyo, what all set like we fought, anyone who was past me, instead of taking it this time, those are alright, so easy for his heart to go, so now I know, no! Thank you. Guys, I'm sorry to say that we don't actually know what song we're going to play next. But all is not lost.
The one about trains!
The one about trains? Now, speaking of trains, just here we have Gordon. Now, unfortunately, Gordon does not know what song he wants to hear because there are so many on his wheel, the wheel of Gordon. So I'm going to give it a spin and see what it lands on.
Gordon's alive!
Oh no, I stopped that. That was my fault. Let's see. Gordon has selected a cover. Now, this is a band by a band called the Astronauts. Now, the Astronauts were a very, very good band. They hung around the same sort of scene as Life Power. And,
don't mind.
Yeah, they wrote some incredible songs, but unfortunately the main man passed away a few years ago, Mark Astronaut. So we're going to keep on playing his songs to keep him alive. The song's called Typically English Day. You ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
People on lunatic brigades. I'll compensate for the profits and losses of the men who were self-made. She said one day we should meet their place. He said watch out, I trump your race. They put the cars back while you turn away. They both have those on a typically train. I'm on a typically English dance. We're being at a telly as we were alright. Tell us how successful. And a couple of people have fun. It's getting colder. Both right down the hell is getting more. And I find the boss of it on to me will say something about a war. That's just for all the kills I'm there. Just a pistol, what is that? It's a million miles and that long. They pack a gun, typically English. And on that typically English stick, where the thing the house keeps the far away. Tell us how to know ya. And a couple of people that need to have respect. Not all from their lives, just so long as I've got you. So we shall get on the back leg like music. Down the shout, down the black eye, what a hack. Like you said, one fine dog, so we came their way. Like it's back, they will make they say. Leave them to die. Thank you. Now for this next song, I'd like to invite two lovely young ladies on stage. Now they're Jemima and Puddle, as I like to call them, but unfortunately, one of them is my sister, very unfortunate. One of them is my mother, even worse. Now, unfortunately, I can't actually distinguish them because they both look the same age to me. Whether that's a comment on my sister or my mother, you'll have to figure out yourself. But I'll leave it to you. In the meantime, this song is about a train station in Wales. It's a train station which I really do rather like. Now, it's on a little hillside, it's a little steam train running across, and it's just all very picturesque. The song's called Abergynolwyn. Abergynolwyn, it's famous station, a darling railway, in Hallamshire. Yes, I'm Now, the next song is called 41241. Does anyone else like to introduce it whilst I fumble around for a bit of lost trumpet? Introduce, Michael, introduce, quickly, introduce.
Right, so 41241 is the name of Peter's, or the number of Peter's favourite steam locomotive. It's an Iver 2MT, and it's on the Keighley and Worth Valley Railway, probably around, I don't know, an hour's drive or so from here. It's probably where we're going to be tomorrow, immediately prior to playing at the Greyston Unity in Halifax, ladies and gentlemen, where we will play a different set to what you've seen tonight. Tonight being different from what you may have seen in Hull last night.
Thanks to Gordon.
Thanks to Gordon.
Now, I liked him so much, I was like, you know what? I think I'll write a song about it. And this song starts with a lovely train whistle from my possibly sister, possibly mother, possibly Jemima, possibly Paul. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4! 49, what's up to the second of the line? 18, me outside, I'll be live on the road, now you're sitting through. We always do things to do. Wait, just doesn't like the go on the floor. 4, 1, 4, 1. 4, 1, 4, 1, activity. 4, 1, 4, 1. 4, 1, 4, 1. 4, 1, 4, 1, activity. From yeah, you give that the lens and stop. See that you with the eyes and on the road. It was a good team. Say that the best fire is. But I'm so tired of me. I will say some as we need. Forward, 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 and see the team. Forward, 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 and see the team. One more way away. I'm not making it myself. I see you there when you don't see now. That's the same thing we'll cut to. Touching on the avenue. Pull the first the valley train. Go on to go on to go back. And it's wrong. Forward, forward. Forward, forward. Forward, forward. And see the team. Forward, forward. Forward, forward. Forward, forward. And see the team. One person, but I come back. Only you and Frosty. Now the weekend celebration. Happy to you, dark reservation. Yes, we want to pull the same. It's all on to fall again. What was that? Forward, forward. Forward, forward. Forward, forward. Let's see the team. Forward, forward. Forward, forward. Forward, forward. Let's see the team. Forward, forward. Forward, 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 let's see the team. Forward, 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 let's see the team. Thank you. Now, as much as Gordon was loving those songs, he's starting to get a bit bored and he wants to hear something from his own playlist again. But unfortunately, he set his playlist to shuffle, so we have no idea what it's going to be. No. It appears that we have the inspirational transformation of an unwanted derelict industrial diesel locomotive into a key display unit.
Try saying all that after 10 points.
Now, this is a sing-along number, but unfortunately, I have my eye on each and every one of you. If you don't sing along with the chorus, the inspirational transformation of an unwanted derelict industrial diesel locomotive into a key display unit, something very bad will happen very soon. Very bad.
We're not going to say exactly what, we'll leave that to you. We'll leave that to all of you to imagine.
Actually, to be honest, we'll probably leave it to you when it happens. So, this song's called The Inspirational Transformation of an Unwanted Derelict Industrial Diesel Locomotive into a Key Display Unit. On my little garden, see walls and setup, various things that matter. I want me to know which to run my diesel loco. Now I feel like I'm a diesel. Maniacs to surprise. Well, I've been because I want to live from these. perseverance. After years of trying, I got it out. I had good feelings. Maybe I was too late to be afraid for me. Never let you destroy people what I love you to be afraid. But I just will overcome my what I made before death. Cleaning out a lot of scum we want to take advantage. But some was my pride and joy, I wanted recognition. I got it in rain for the competition. And desperate intense battle. So well, so good. Now I'm going to tell you a little bit about my locomotive. So it's a Ruston 48DL which was built in 1976 for the purpose of hauling cement around. But unfortunately, after hauling cement around for around 20 years, then it became rather worn out. So look, the company who owned it were like, you know what, we'll put it aside, we'll use it for spare parts, and then we just went and bought a completely different locomotive like fools. So now they just have this old, worn out loco lying machine in the shed, and a completely new one hauling all the cement, which they couldn't even use the old one for spare parts for, so it's a different type. So at this point they're like, well, what the hell? But unfortunately, they had a saviour. So there was a railway enthusiast called Margaret Babington. And what Margaret did was she said, you know what, I want to buy this engine. So she did, for about £500. Then she ran out of the money. So now it's being bought, but what's going to happen to it? No one really knows. And that's where I come in. You see, I buy it, and then I restore it, then I win. Thank you. Let's have a spin. Now, the next song is... This wheel's a bit biased, because both this song and the last one came up yesterday as well. So I'll spin it again, because I've got a feeling that something different might come up. No, the same thing came up actually. See what I mean?
This is cheating, really.
Well, yeah, but it's coming up with the same song 3 times in a row. 3 times in a row it's come up with this.
What is
Gotta
it?
play it.
Yeah, we'll play that.
Okay.
This is definitely not a sound song.
Yes, so this song, you have to imagine, right, we're in the 1930s, and I'm head of the Southern Railway. And now, at this point, right, and I'm thinking, you know, all these steam engines, they're getting rather boring. They're really dirty, they make a loud noise. So I want something nice, quiet, electrical, like Michael's guitar. Quiet. So I'm like, I want some electrification. Sauce. got what I don't come round for me, let you go what I don't come round for me, let you go what I want. I want that. Electrification, I want some. Electrification, I want. Electrification, I don't want to leave. Stop talking diesel, all the talk of steam. The electricity is stable. As you find a way, hungry to the night. Like it's all in training, and I'm also looking for space. Don't go round for me, let you go what I don't go round for me, let you go what I don't go round for me, let you go what I want. I want some electrification, I want electrification, I want some electrification, I don't want stick. Don't come back to me, let you go what I don't come back to me, let you go what I don't come back to me, let you go what I want. I want some electrification, I want some electrification, I want some electrification, I don't want stick. Thank you.
What time's our curfew until then?
Sorry?
How long have we got?
About another 10 minutes.
Cool.
10 minutes. So, now this next song is a bit political because, you know, back in GCSE geography, right? Then what I had to do was I had to look at stats and I had to say, look up all of these businesses that close. And then I had to look at some different stats and said, look at all these people who died. And I had to say, which one matters more? And which one do you think matters more? You know, the people. So I wrote this song in response. It's called Case Study. You ready? Yeah. Fans missing and thousands dead. I reported them on the scene, they've got the latest news. Into rescuers did what they said. Sitting sofa, watching the numbers higher up on the screen. These men and thousand people killed in the night. Watching the story from the screen, little knowledge of what they be subjected to. Leeds to see one tale. And in the past we what it was, I've done all of these doors. Have to go through and see us. It's looking at the next thing. Another thing to run a life in back. And then you summarize it and say that's that's all the customer. That's the people who have moments we have to learn it down in the opposite. In her big ideas, music, photos and fields. Thousands calling, that's what I got no leaves. I reported them on the scene, while the singer reaches your screen. Wait, what's that death toll going below? It's just a number, one of many a day don't have a penny, and the thought they're already through the line. All of you call having Christmas joy. I can believe that. This little hot dog just yes it. Got that door is important. What the father so that I'm Thank you. Now that was quite an intense one. So now we'll take it back down. Because this is just, it's another love song. But instead of, parodying Capital FM, this one, it's about our home city. Because we come from Leeds, right? We rather like Leeds. So we wrote a song about it called That Leeds Feeling. It's based on the Leeds Uni advert I saw on the bus once, way back from a half-mouth biscuit kid. Which said, keep that Leeds feeling forever. And I think I have done, still in my heart, even though I'm going to be going out there tonight, so it's not.
Norman Hines.
Yeah. So, this song's our single. It's called That Leeds Feeling. It goes like this. That's what you think of. That's what you think of. Came out to visit a friend. Now you can't bear to leave. I'm sitting train in the green. I can never really show. These times they have to go. It's feeling forever. It's feeling forever. It's feeling forever. I'm off back in the weekend. It still happens something. How much Leeds changed your life? Yes, you can't even tell you why. Mr. Stormy is now bossy. Mr. Turback on the bossy. It's the Leeds feeling forever. The Leeds feeling forever. The Leeds feeling forever. All decade times on customer. On public crews that over. On times we saw our first book. Make you feel like you have been so. Grab a man and lay away. Don't you hear that one go away? Well, there's something you can say. It's not that feeling. Feeling forever. Feeling forever. Feeling forever. And it's like we did no weather. That's worth the endeavor. So back to this forever. Thank you. Now we've only got one song left, but before that we'd like to say, if you did really enjoy us and feel like giving us loads of money because, look at us, we're clearly poor, he's got a suit on, he's got an expensive bass, no money at all. We've got some records over there out on the Damaged Goods label, a new album, old album, single, t-shirts and all that jazz, but if you really don't care, then I'll get on with introducing the last song. So, here at Indignation Meeting, right, we stand passionately for animal rights. One part of that people often forget about is teddy bear rights, right? Because, as you can see just there, you see that guy, right? He wanted to be up here. He wanted to be right in front of that kick drum and have his mind hammered out to oblivion like this, right? So we say, here at Indignation Meeting, give the teddies what they want! Oi! So this is a noise song, right? Which means just oi. Just oi, if you feel like it. Yeah. If you don't feel like it, you don't have to. But oi, there we go!
Don't even worry if it's not in time with the song at all, just oi at will. God, that's what we do here at Indignation Meeting.
Oi! So this song is called Give the Teddies What They Want. 1, 2, 3, 4, hard no wants to, what's that down with it? Wants to go out on the train. Go for it, and wants to go over our TV. No one wants to go to the way. If that teddies Indignation meeting. Massive thanks to all of you for being here. Thanks to Attila, thanks to the band staff, thanks to Sound Guy, thanks to Russ, and yeah, I'm Peter, Hugo, Michael. Goodbye.